If you've been on a seemingly endless trading journey filled with struggles, doubts, and losses, don't quit. Don't quit before watching this video. In it, legendary eight-figure prop trader Lance Brightstein talks about his difficult journey of consistent losing, a consistently losing trader during his first year of trading before becoming one of the world's elite traders. I'm Mike Bellafiore, and we're one of the top proprietary trading firms located in New York City and proud to have developed numerous 7 and even 8-figure per year traders. We hope you agree. This is the top YouTube channel to help you grow your trading account.
There I was in a suit and tie interviewing for D.E. Shaw. Unfortunately, this wasn't while in college. This was 18 months into my trading career, and it was one of many interviews I had been taking at the time, knowing that my prospects as a prop trader were looking dim. How the hell did I end up here? I had never failed at anything in my life, and prop trading was my dream. From the second I read the Market Wizard series, I was obsessed with the idea of beating the markets. Then I read Bella's One Good Trade, and I knew prop trading was the environment for me. Heck, I even had met Bella and had him speak at the Kelley School of Business at my alma mater, Indiana University. Hi everybody. About 8 months ago, I purchased the book One Good Trade online. In one day I read it, next day I read it again, and I loved it. I started following S&B Capital. And he would respond to my emails, and I thought, wow, everything's going great. This is going to be the dream job. So how did that dream and all the effort I put into it go so wrong? The reality is that trading is hard. It is the hardest to succeed at anything I've ever done in my life. We all know, though, how this story ended for me. Fortunately, I was too dumb for D.E. Shaw, and within a few months of that rejection, things really started to click for me. Fast forward a decade, and I became one of the best intraday traders on the street. But guess what? It was never easy. Even at the top of my game, it was still never easy. Not for a single day. The reality is, though, that it isn't supposed to be easy ever. Not at this job. As cliche as the saying is, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And it's just so true. If day trading were so easy with edge everywhere, everybody would go into this job and there would be no more edge. In fact, the learning curve being so steep is part of the competitive advantage and benefits those that do succeed. In my career running a Chicago prop desk, I saw dozens and dozens of trainees come through those doors. I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 people who ever had things click pretty easily and didn't face the struggle so many of us mortals face. And remember, these are traders that had access to elite training, a salary, proprietary technology, and experienced traders like myself surrounding them. Well, guess what? Good for those few. That doesn't help any of us. So the real question is, what made me stay? Why did I keep on trudging on? At the time, I had to be pragmatic. I had student loans looming over my head. I had real opportunity cost versus being at a different job. My twin brother was out there making 6 figures in investment banking at the time. When do you accept what the evidence is telling you and throw in the towel? To help me in that decision, I turned to one of the senior traders in my group. I didn't want to speak with my boss just yet and show my hand. The conversation with that senior trader changed the path of my life, and I'm so lucky for it having happened. He told me that based on what he was seeing, I should really consider sticking it out. From his view, I conceptually understood all the material. He could tell from the callouts I was making to the group that I was focusing on the right tickers and intellectually understood what opportunities and good ones looked like. He was witnessing me make progress over time. And while I wasn't there yet, he felt that the upside, should I succeed at the job, was so massive that it was worth me not taking the exit prematurely. In other words, trading is a job where it takes the full learning curve, and you don't want to stop yourself out of the trade too early. Especially because success isn't linear, You don't go in this job from making 1K a month to making 2K per month a year later. The job has the potential for you to be making 50K one year and 250K the next. There's huge asymmetry in this business. It's part of what appeals so much to us. The senior trader emphasized with me in my situation. He was able to relay to me how much he himself had struggled, but how once everything clicked, it clicked in a huge way. That was all it took to convince me to stick it out, at least until the end of the year. I still hear these similar conversations all the time between senior traders at SMB and younger trainees pushing to make it. It can be so hard to maintain perspective when you're the one in the trenches struggling. And that's why seeking advice from a more experienced trader you trust can be so helpful. So this brings us to a very important question for most traders, and perhaps you listening to this yourself. This is a question I get asked often. This is a question you have to get right, as the downside is perhaps years of wasted struggle, or leaving a rewarding career where you could have thrived, a career that could have literally changed your life like it did mine. And that question is, how do you know if you should stick with it? How do you really know? So here's what I think about. First, are you gaining a conceptual understanding of the material in front of you and what you should be looking at? For example, are you understanding expected value or why more experienced traders around you are doing what they're doing? Do you get why traders are trading the in-play broken slot machines rather than Ford Motors every day? Number two, are we getting involved in a systematic, logical way that makes sense and is closer to how our mentors or the more experienced traders around us are trading? And this is opposed to haphazardly buying and selling based on emotions and yet to be formed proper instincts. The absolute worst signs are a trader that's going rogue, trying to do their own thing and ignoring all the advice of the more experienced traders around them. There will absolutely be time to innovate and pave your own path, but it isn't very early on in the learning curve. Third, are we showing we can make progress and reprogram our habits? This is so important. If overtrading is a problem, can we set rules and follow those rules? Or do we find ourselves making the same mistake 6 months in that we did 6 months prior? Adding size, once you do all these things right, is actually often the easiest part. The far harder part is identifying specific moments with edge and capturing it for any size at all. Finally, the most important trait I need to see is, does the trainee still love trading and is this job still their dream? Even at my lowest point, I dreamed of succeeding at that job. I was obsessed with the environment, with the work. In my heart, I still wanted to make it, even after it seemed like my chances had faded. I loved and was excited to go to work every single day. Being excited for the day and loving the work can carry you far further than you might have ever imagined. And that's often how we judge progress here at SMB. Do they love the job still, and are their thought process and actions improving month over month? That's what we're looking at, not a trainee's P&L. In fact, nothing annoys us more in monthly reviews than a trainee harping on about how upset they are over their negative P&L. We expect negative P&L out of them, and sticking with it is only half the equation though. So what do I think helped me succeed when I was on the precipice? Here are a couple things. First, I learned to trust the process. The job to me became a call option at that point. I was 18 months in, and I might as well have given it my all for another 6 to 12 months, given how skewed that upside could be. I chose a time stop at the end of the year. Until then, I'd close my eyes and not worry about the P&L, but just go all in, working as hard as I could at improving. This was so emotionally freeing, and paradoxically, it took a ton of pressure off of me. I emotionally accepted failure, so now I was free to truly reach for success. Next, I started obsessing over the easy money trades, and this is something I preach so much here at SMB. Forget about the home runs or the big money. Forget about the huge trades your boss is making. All I cared about were the easy layups and free throws that I saw my boss or those around me make. I wanted to master the easiest, most replicable trades, knowing that I can then easily scale those. I relentlessly put all my study time into those opportunities. Further, I was also lucky. I was at a great firm. I was being mentored by one of the most successful day traders ever. He was openly sharing his edge with me. He was setting high standards for me. He was modeling what success was, and most of all, he believed in me. These are huge advantages. And finally, I made my workday as fun as possible. Knowing I might only have until the end of the year, I cherished the opportunity to trade. I cherished the banter on the desk, the lunches, the quarterly work dinners in New York City at some of the best restaurants in the world. I made succeeding at this role a part of my identity because it was what I came to love so much and what I knew could be so much fun. Luckily enough for me, it all worked out and in such a big way, but it so easily could not have. Nowhere did I imagine that I would end up a top trader. Nowhere did I imagine I'd have 8-figure years. Nowhere did I ever imagine that I'd be here helping you all improve your own trading game. If you're out there thinking of quitting, I hope it gives you solace to know that I was right there with you. But this game isn't over. It isn't over until you say it is. If you are still making progress month over month, if you still enjoy and love this job, I hope you can find it in you to give this the best shot you can. I'll be here trying to teach and help you every single step along the way. And to everyone out there trying to be 1% better each day, you will always have my respect. During Hell Week for the Navy SEALs, there's a bell that if you ring it, it signifies that you have given up and you drop out of the Navy SEAL class. The leaders say to the training class, your only goal each day is to not ring the bell today. You can ring it tomorrow if you absolutely must, just not today. So to all of you on the precipice of giving up, that's what I say to you all. You can ring the bell tomorrow if you must, but today your job is just to get 1% better than you were the prior day.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we've found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, you don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.